Okay, so end of year market outlook, you kind of said it before, but
Can we throw a wild card in here?
in the end of year market outlook.
I think we end up 13%. Dow probably hit. I hope Dow hits 42,000. Definitely would be a green year. It would be one of the most interesting years because I think we'll see that overweight and hyper concentration increase.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone's front running the gains for what is to come in 2027. That's why you see ByteDance, Databricks, Stripe, everybody's rushing to IPO.
Yeah.
You notice nobody's saying that they want to IPO in 27. There's a reason why.
Yeah, OpenAI is trying to get it done. I'm with you. I think this is a big year. Again, the AI story, it will definitely be prominent, but in the sense though, it's time to show and prove where we're gonna get this money from. So we're gonna watch Oracle trade sideways until we can prove that we're gonna make some money. People are asking about Tesla in the chat. I'm thinking it's an important year for Tesla. We already know that the EV race is not the race that they're trying to win, right? Like they're trying to win the autonomous driving race.
Yeah. Let's be clear.
They're not
Tesla's not an automotive company anymore.
It's not about them selling cars. They've declined in sales again last quarter, or they projected to decline in sales. They're trying to get to the autonomous driving vehicles as fast as possible. They're trying to get to robotics as fast as possible. This is we teased it in 24. It's supposed to come on. We saw it. Now it's like, how do we implement this, or how do we partner with somebody to implement this to actually make this have revenue on the bottom line? I think that happens for Tesla, Uber, same thing. Salesforce, you mentioned. This is software. How do you now incorporate AI with your software to make this something that makes sense for people to actually purchase? I think it's a big year in that show and prove state. And the companies that are acquiring, they know it. Meta knows it, which is why they acquired revenue, right? Google knows it. NVIDIA knows it. Microsoft, they all know it. So it's going to be a show and prove year. And I think we start to see, all right, here's why this makes sense. Here's how the revenue is going to come back. Because nobody has said that they're slowing down the spending. In fact, they actually are going to increase spending in 26. So that tells me that full steam ahead, they've got a roadmap, and they're looking at the long-term vision of it. I think we're going to have another good year.
Two things to look for: that spending and that investment into tech. Another one is to look over the last 7 years of hiring. I know there's a hiring freeze. Some of these companies are acquiring though, and some are still hiring. If they are, that in tech, that's a very good sign that they plan to dominate. Like when I look at Apple's growth chart in terms of employees over the last 5 years, there's a trend and a correlation with the stock market that you can see clear as day. NVIDIA, you can see the inverse. Google, you can see the inverse. So look at the level of acquisition and the level of employment being added to those prospective rosters to have an impact on the stock.
So for the people that will say, okay, well, if it's a good year, when should I put money into the market?
At every price point I tell you to. I can get one tonight if y'all want, but every month. Okay, put this in chat. I will automate my investment. In the age of AI, why are you manually looking to invest?
So dollar cost averaging.
Absolutely.
But we do always preach dollar cost averaging, but we also do preach to where to buy
at a specific price.
Buying at premium prices is not recommended.
Right.
No. Yeah. But for those of you who don't listen the first time, and some of you may be new, so I'm going to be gracious. Automate the investing, but if you are seasoned and you want to get more return out of the market, you have to wait for a specific price. But more importantly is the consistency of you putting the money into the market. Because I know people who are like, well, I'm still waiting for AMD to drop to a certain level. The level that I called last year got there. Whether you took advantage of it or not, it's up to you. But some people will sit on the sideline and then you end up blowing the money in Miami. It's like, well, I get a lot of questions about how can I invest more? I'm like, well, if you stop going out as much and put that money into the companies that run the world, you have money to go out all the time. But what normally happens is if you don't deploy the capital into an asset, an emergency is going to come up. It never fails. Or somebody has an emergency for you. So when in doubt, just automate the investing to make it easier for you.
Or Trump might start a crisis.
Yeah, we never know.
Next week.
Could be tomorrow. Who knows? I think for somebody who's a beginner, I think you create your plan of what the depreciation is, right? So like we don't want to invest at an all-time high, but where do you want to invest? Is it 20% down from its high? Is it 30% down from its high? So even like when we talked about AMD, yeah, it's sitting right here at 221, but it was at 258. So are we 30% down? No, not yet. What's your threshold of where you want to enter the position? I think that's important. A lot of times they're like, well, Troy, you keep talking about Micron, but every time I look, it's up $5, it's up $10. Well, you got to figure out what the entry point is, right? It's going to have a pullback. We know that.
Yeah.
All right, but that pullback, that's going to be a higher low, right? So when it pulls back to, I don't know, let's say 285. Are you gonna say,
can I get prices?
It's to it. You want to get prices?
Let's do that next. Are you ready to do that now?
Yeah, let's do it now. Micron, prices.
So let's do Micron. Because that is something that for anybody that's new, right, to watch. Like I feel like 10, 20, 30, 40. If something is down 10%, that's something that's good. You know, you've been having your eye on it. You might want to start easing into that position. If it's down 20%, then that's technically like bear territory. So you might want to say, okay, I'm really, going to put, some money into this. 30%, and it's a good company, because a company can go down 90%. So if it's a good company and you really believe it, and it's like, NVIDIA or something like that, and it's like, okay, now I'm going to really, if it's down 40%, then it's like
no brainer
tariff. That's like, just it's going out of business sale. Like you got to take advantage of that. It's a no brainer, but only with good companies, because you can see something to go down 40%. Crypto is you buy these meme coins, and then it's buy the dip, and then 40% turns to an 80% drop. So
or 55% like MicroStrategy last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but let's talk about what's a good buy point for Micron?
Troy's been talking about this company forever, so I got to give my guy credit. But I want to give you a preview of what I do in Stock Club. So I'm not only going to give you one price, I'm going to give you three. So the first price is a quick entry price. That is $273.79. So this is not the place where you want to load the boat or put the majority of your money, but this is the first price drawdown that I think we'll have, $273.79. Second price is $249.75. So if I'm looking to put maybe 5% in the first price, the second price, maybe I get to 10 to 15%. That is $249.75. This is my load the boat price for Micron. If it gets to $210.50, I will be elated. I would be more than happy to throw 30, 40% of my capital. This must be a 5-year hold for all prices, but load the boat is $210.50. Swing trade price is $249.75. Quick entry price is $273.79. If I made you money, please put yes in chat. I love you all so much.
I love you all. If you made money with Micron, put some fires in the chat.
Big facts.
Actually, put the percentages you made, because that has been absolutely been going nuts. We've been talking about it since it was at 83. It's funny because you named those prices, and we were in the 110 call, we were in the 130 call. Shout out to everybody EYLU. Then we were in the 230 call, and then shout out to Matt. Shout out to my guy Matt. I've been talking to Matt about his investment journey, man. And we went to the 250 call, and then I remember calling him like, "Yo, this story is not done yet." And so to watch what it's doing now is incredible. I know a lot of people have made some money with it, so let's just keep this thing going.
Hold for the long term.
We're gonna give away $1,000 to a few people, but before that, we need 8,000 on the check-in. It's 7,900. So we just need 80 more people.
Yeah, I got a family friend.
You want to do a bonus one? I got some.
8,000 on the check.
Yeah, let's do a bonus one.
Let's do this. All right. So you had this. Which 2 IPOs would you buy this year if you could own nothing else for the next 7 years?
I think the answer is pretty clear. There's one entrepreneur that you can't bet against despite his political leanings, and there's one piece of technology that has changed the world forever that you can't bet against. So one is a bet on the entrepreneur. The other one is a bet on the tech. If I had to start over and wipe my portfolio clean and only invest in 2 IPOs, it would be SpaceX and OpenAI. There's no question. And I've been big on OpenAI since 21, early 22. Sam has some issues he needs to work through that I've highlighted for sure, but has the tech revolutionized and changed American commerce and international commerce forever? Absolutely. Even though he stole it from Elon. And the other one is a bet on Elon. I told you guys a few years ago, at some point, he's gonna stop being CEO of Tesla, and he's gonna move on to brighter endeavors. This is one of them. The crazy part is this ain't even the best company in the portfolio. But SpaceX will do incredibly well. What about you? What two would you pick?
You had my two. I think this is the year that he becomes a trillionaire.
Yeah.
Scary enough. You think about, the valuation of the company where it's at now. If that goes public, he'll be there. I think the OpenAI story is interesting too, because that is a microcosm of the AI story. But again, when it does IPO, think about this and why we said Microsoft, and you're looking at it now, it's sitting between that 15 to 20% down range right now. When OpenAI IPOs, they have 29%. So if that valuation is $1 billion, you do the math.
You know when he said make another hole, that's like if he found the other hole and owned half of it.
You do the math on that. Yeah. That's like revenue. That's just So do the math on that. But I just put a couple others. I put Anthropic. I think they're interesting in terms of the GPT space and agentic AI. I think Anthropic is important. And then Stripe. I think Stripe too. I think those are four solid. Obviously, those two, the first two, prominent. Those would be the ones. But I think those two are interesting as well.